Welcome to a new edition of Harness Central. I'm Harold Howe, and I'm here at Southern Oaks Training Center with National Hockey League star Serge Savard, multiple horse owner, racetrack owner now. You're expanding your horizons as you go along, Serge. Before we get into this, I have to get your thoughts on the fact that Canada won the men's gold in the Olympics. We're a few days removed. There's been a lot written about it, but I'm curious about your thoughts if you agree that this team, which gelled so wonderfully, might be the best overall hockey team ever constructed.
Well, it's very hard to compare different times in history. If I look at the 1976 Canada Cup, to me that was the best team ever formed in my time. And it's hard to compare. I had Bobby Orr, and if you bring me any player today, try to say, is there any player better than Bobby Orr? You know, I doubt that very much. Guy Lafleur and Larry Robinson. We had a great team in '76, and they had a great team this year as well. If you, Piquet Subban, I'm a fan of Piquet Subban, and Piquet Subban won the Norris Trophy and could not crack the lineup, so the team must have been pretty good. But there's not that much difference between teams sometimes. You know, Canada was one shot away of losing against Latvia. You know, we're not talking today. We wouldn't talk about being the best team ever if they had lost that game. You know, but luckily they put all the pieces together at the right time. You know, they beat the U.S. only by one goal, but that was a great team defensively. It's probably, as a group, you can find a better group than they had, but we didn't score many goals.
Just I was not scoring goals, the goaltending. Carey Price, you have a strong connection still to the Canadians.
Yeah. Carey Price is probably the number one goalie in the league, and he played extremely well. He didn't give a goal in 125 minutes or so. But when you look at the last game, I think the Swedes had their first shot with 6 minutes to go in the third period. So, and with that defense in front of him, how many quality scoring chance that he had. So I don't want to take anything away from him. He's the best in the league, but it's a team sport. It's not one guy that can win it for you. It's a team sport, and they had a hell of a team.
Okay, let's talk horse racing. Let's talk Arthur Blue Chip. For starters, Canadian 2-year-old Pacing Colt of the Year. What were your reflections on last year?
Well, personally, I'm part owner of the horse, so I think I just love the horse, and we were a bit unlucky last year, and broke my heart when we had to scratch the horse in the Metro, and I think he won his division pretty easy, and we had a really good chance of winning that race as well. And but that's life.
You like what you see now, getting ready for 300?
I just love the horse. I love him. The first day I saw him at the farm, and we had
that was at Blue Chip. Yes.
At Blue Chip Farm when I went there with my partner Ron McLennan, and I fall in love. We both did as soon as we saw him, and of course he was the son of Shadow Play, and Shadow Play is the horse that gave me so far the best thrill I had in harness racing at the Brown Jug.
Right. And as a first crop sire, he had a very, very good season. Second crop we're waiting to see, but you must be encouraged by what you've seen so far.
We are, and when we saw those fillies and those babies win last year, we were pretty excited, and you don't know. He probably didn't get the top mare like Some Beach Somewhere, but I think he will get better mare now. So he had a very, very good season last year.
All right. Let's talk racetracks. You're part of the Quebec Jockey Club. You and Tony and Felice and Brian Paquette, and Serge Godin, and some others formed the organization to try and keep racing alive in Quebec. And you've had some success, and the group owns the...
No, we don't own the track. It's a non-profit organization, right, yeah, so we're all behind that. We start a couple.
This is Hippodrome 3R.
Yeah, Hippodrome Three Rivers. We start in Quebec City, and they tear down the racetrack because they built the new Colisee right on the racetrack. So we didn't have any choice. We were looking for another place, so we finally were able to buy Three Rivers, and turned out to be pretty good. It's halfway between Montreal and Quebec. And last year we had $2 million in purse, and I know it's not enough. Next year we have $3 million, and we brought back the Prix d'été, but for 4-year-olds, and we will have a $200,000 purse. So it's coming. We have also 10 betting parlors that we open up in the province, and they're very, very good. And our plan is to bring the purse about 10, 11 million, and we need to get there, you know, if harness racing got to survive in the province of Quebec.
Are you encouraged at all that the Quebec government of the day will come to the party in some fashion?
Well, we don't know yet. We had help from Jean Charest when we started at the beginning. You know, he gave us back. He cut the taxes on gambling by 2.5%, which we get that. That's why we could get up to $2 million last year, and see what happened. And certainly, if the offer that the horsemen refused down the road 10 years ago was about $10-11 million a year, and they turned that down. So I hope it's on the table. You know, the racing will be in the right track, but we're very confident that we can turn things around.
The Prix d'été, at one point, and you remember this, it was the premier race in Canada for harness horses.
Yes.
And it could get horses when other tracks couldn't get them, in the days of Mike McCormick, and probably the Classic was getting Niatros and so forth. Yeah. You're bringing it back now as a 4-year-old only event. It's very unique in that regard.
It's very unique, but hopefully we're doing the right thing. At the beginning, we tried to do it for 3-year-olds, like the Prix d'été in the past, but it's very difficult to get the dates to start with, and also there's so many races for 3-year-olds, and I don't think we would get the top horses on a half-mile track. And now for 4-year-olds, the top 4-year-olds the 3-year-olds are coming back racing, and that's going to be very interesting. And we think we got to get the best horse. That'd be the top purse for 4-year-olds.
Right. And one of your partners in the track is Tony and Felice, who has Sunshine Beach, and is it worthwhile him bringing him?
Well, Sunshine Beach was probably one of the top two 3-year-old last year, and I'm probably sure we will have the top horses for that race. So that'll be a big event, and I think we're doing the right thing by bringing the 4-year-olds.
Sure. Well, Serge, thanks very much for sharing your time, and good luck with Arthur in the new season, and enjoy the winter.
Thank you very much.
Harold Howe with Serge Savard giving you the Harness Racing Edge.